Hello and welcome to We Are Famous EFC. It is the deep dive, exclusive deep dive, where we're going to be talking about who would we have to replace Sean Dyche as Everton manager if the Dan Friedkin group do decide to pull the trigger as soon as the takeover is completed or before it's too late of Everton to avoid relegation. So I've wrote down 5 managers who could replace Sean Dyche as Everton manager who I would like. So first one, I'd have Moyes, Thomas Frank, Jose Mourinho, Graham Potter and Erik ten Hag. Before you're going to shoot me down, the reason I put Erik ten Hag is because he's won quite a bit with United. He's won a load of trophies, but he lost the dressing room, as we know, but it is what it is. That was a different time at United. This is Everton Football Club. Big history, big team, but we don't have trophies, unfortunately, because we all know what a mess the club's in at the moment. So with David Moyes, I'd have him now to the end of the season because he's a good outfit for Everton. He knows the club, and also he's managed Everton previously when he was the Everton manager in 2002. So yeah, I would have him. That would be a good fit to replace David Moyes as Sean Dyche's replacement for the rest of the season if Dan Friedkin do end up pulling the trigger on Dyche. Moving away from him, so the manager who I would like in Branley Moor Docks would be Thomas Frank. What a great outfit that would be. He knows, he's got his tactics, he's got his style, he knows what he wants and how he can win games and how he can put a team out there to win and all of that. So that would be a great outfit, and he also has got great ambitions, what he wants. So Thomas Frank, I'd have him to replace Sean Dyche, but when we move to Branley Moor Docks. So Thomas Frank would be a good outfit. The reason I'm saying Thomas Frank is because look what he's done with Brentford. He's got Brentford from the Championship to the Premier League 11th. Last season finished 10th, mid-table. And he's a great manager. They score loads of goals. He has great tactics and he knows how to beat teams, big teams as well as little teams. And I'm a big fan of Thomas Frank. If we can't get Thomas Frank, then I'd quickly move to Jose Mourinho. World-class manager, won trophies, won the Premier League. He's won Champions League, Europe, and that. So Jose Mourinho, I would look at him. He didn't have a good spell for Tottenham, but he did for Manchester United during his era, during that Man United's era with Jose. And also he got Europe with AS Roma as well. So Dan Friedkin, the new Everton owners, knows Mourinho very well after he appointed Mourinho, then sacked Mourinho after it didn't go so well, of course. So that'll be interesting to see. But my favourite manager out of them all would be Thomas Frank for Branley Moor Docks. But if Everton were to pull the trigger, I'd either look at David Moyes as well as Thomas Frank and see which two managers what they can bring to Everton to get them to stay up in the Premier League. So I would look through them, of course. Then we've got Graham Potter, who isn't in a job. Graham Potter, it's a hard one for me with Graham Potter. I like him, I like his playing, but I don't think that he'd be the right manager. I don't think just yet. Maybe I'd have him with big players when we go to Branley Moor. Maybe if we can't get the likes of your Thomas Frank or your Jose Mourinho, then I would look at him now. But with Graham Potter, it's a hard one. He didn't really do that good with Brighton. He had 2 good seasons with Brighton, then he had a bad season where he finished 70th, escaping relegation. But he didn't really do that good either for Chelsea either, because he fell out with some of the owner and the relationships with the players, and we can't afford that right now. If because the mess we're in, we cannot afford for a new manager to fall out with the players, because that means we'll need another sacking. Sean Dyche, we all know, when Sean Dyche is at the heaven breaks out, because he's a dinosaur. He's old-fashioned. He's got no tactics, no plan A, no plan B. And obviously he doesn't know how to win games of football. Then you've got Erik ten Hag, the former Manchester United manager, Erik ten Hag, who was sacked from United. He's won trophies, so that would be a big one to replace Sean Dyche. And he's got a taste of the Premier League also with the rest of the managers. But Ten Hag would be a massive one for me if Everton was to appoint Erik ten Hag. I'm not saying that I want him, but that would be a decent one. Let me know in the comments, who would you have out of these managers and why? David Moyes, Thomas Frank, Mourinho, Graham Potter, Erik ten Hag. Very interesting with Erik ten Hag. But I'd look for Erik ten Hag with Thomas Frank and David Moyes to replace Sean Dyche if we can't get... I'd only give them a contract until the end of the season, and if they do well, then possibly a new deal for Bradley Moore, but only a year deal, and see how they progress. But I won't give them 2 years extension or 3, because then we would have to pay them off if they weren't the right outfit for us. But we desperately need a new manager to replace Sean Dyche. And they're the 4 managers who I can think of who would do a great job. Moyes to the end of the season, Thomas Frank to the end of the season, then going into Bradley Moore. Same with Mourinho and Graham Potter. I would only get him when Everton are steadied. When the ship's all steadied, we're all calm, we're not fighting relegation and all that, then I would look at Graham Potter. But also I'd have Erik ten Hag to replace Sean Dyche as well, because his history with United, he's won trophies with United. Ten Hag, I don't mind his style of football, because he doesn't play defensively, and he's what we need is someone who plays decent football. He knows what they're doing, and if they go 1-0 down or however many goals they go down, they know how to get the players to come back into the game. They know how to fight, and they know how to win the game and kill the games off and all that. Because quite clearly Sean Dyche doesn't know how to do that, we all know. So that's why I'd have Ten Hag, Mourinho, Thomas Frank, who's currently at Brentford. So let me know, would Brentford allow Thomas Frank to leave for Everton? But also with David Moyes, that is another risk, but because with West Ham, he had a good spell with West Ham, getting them Europe. Then after that, it's like the friction, it slightly wears off slightly after a couple of months going into a brand new season. So yeah, that is another risk with David Moyes potentially returning. Do I think if Everton were to pull the trigger now to sack Sean Dyche, do I think Moyes will keep us up? Yes, because he's got the ambitions. He loves the football club. He knows everyone. He knows the players and all of that too. So yes, that. But defo, if Everton were to sack Sean Dyche and was defo to appoint Thomas Frank, then yeah, Everton 100%, 100%, 100 out of 100%, Everton would stay up under Thomas Frank if he became the Everton manager. But these are just ideas who I would have as Everton manager to replace Sean Dyche if time comes to a close for Everton manager soon, because results are not going Everton's way and the fans are losing it with Dyche now more and more and more, and the way the fans don't want managers, us fans, we always get our own way, what we want, and it'll eventually will happen until one of these days no one will be left in the stadium. But as I said, Graham Potter, that'd be a risky one for now, but I'd leave him for Bradley Murdoch's, as well as Mourinho also. But I would be looking at, if I can, David Moyes. If not, Thomas Frank. And if Brentford won't allow him, then I'd speak to Erik ten Hag and see what he can bring, what them three managers can bring to the table. What can they do for Everton to secure them to stay up, and how much they would want paid, and if they were sacked, how much paid off also, and how can they improve Everton with the team, what Sean Dyche has left them. There's a possibility, in fact, I think they would change the starting lineup. They won't play Ashley Young, they won't play Dominic Calvert-Lewin or Michael Keane, or Vitaly Mykolenko, so that'd be very, very interesting. Would Patterson come in, Beto start, and all that? Who would? Let me know all in the comments what you guys think, and hopefully Dan Friedkin will pay Moshiri to sack Sean Dyche very soon, and hopefully Everton will get our first win against United at Old Trafford. Fingers crossed. Because I tell you what, if nothing gives way to Sean Dyche sooner or later, then Everton are going to be in massive, massive trouble, potentially being relegated from the Premier League, and we do not want that. So I think the best way is now just to part ways with Sean Dyche. Say thanks, you kept us up last season, it's not working out this season, thanks a lot, we appreciate it, and the fans appreciate it as well. Thanks, here's your 4 million, you're sacked. Then we pick up the phone for Moyes, Thomas Frank and Erik ten Hag. And if none of them want the job, then ask Mourinho. Then if Mourinho doesn't want it, maybe phone Graham Potter. And if Graham Potter says, yeah, but Everton don't really want them, don't bring a manager in if you don't really want them. And don't bring them in if they're a firefighter like Sean Dyche, who knows how to avoid going down into the Championship, because we do not want any of that. We want to move forward. We want to get up the top half of the table, like we did with under Carlo Ancelotti before his time came to an end as an era, as he left to join Real Madrid, unfortunately. But whatever this comes, get a decent contract going, but make sure it's not a massive contract until us fans see and the club sees in an improvement. Okay, so we will be keeping you up to date. I hope you've enjoyed the deep dive, the exclusive deep dive premiering to YouTube. It is Tuesday evening. But as I said, it's going to be very, very interesting over the next coming few days and months at this football club. And let's hope that Everton can finally get a massive 3 points against United at Old Trafford. But we badly need a new manager to replace Sean Dyche, as things are not working out. So yes, that's all we've got time for tonight in this deep dive. Do let me know in the comments what you guys think. Who would you like in charge, and who would it be to replace Sean Dyche? And I'll see you very soon. Speak to you again soon. There'll be a regular update out this week, so hit the notification button, hit subscribe, hit the like, up the toffees, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.